My friends and I are here.
All right.
Appreciate you seeing us.
Yeah, you bet. No problem.
Okay, and there's room enough for us all to come in. So, like I mentioned, we're sort of a common cause group, and you know, there's progressives and Tea Partiers and people in the middle, so all across the spectrum. So there's a lot of people who have concerns about this Trans-Pacific Partnership legislation. So I'm going to hand deliver my letter to you. I'm going to read it here so everybody can hear it. So, dear Representative McMorris, and for the camera, this is Chud Wendell, and Wendell's the Chief of Staff here, and he's really been accommodating so far, and so is Cathy McMorris throughout this.
Probably want to get you. Do you want me to get you a chair? If you want to sit down, I just don't want you to break that. You want to sit down?
No, we won't be long.
Oh, I was a little worried that was going down.
Yeah, Bart and I are just going to kind of read our statements.
All right.
We'll be on down to Patty Murray's office.
Okay,
So,
great.
So the Trans-Pacific Partnership is not about free trade, but rather about global government. As such, it is an assault on American sovereignty. And if this vote passes, we'd have no more control of our affairs than the European Union members have over their affairs. Instead of appealing cases to courts in the United States, American companies would be subject to foreign tribunals. 11 countries, in addition to the United States, are invited to participate in this merger. But since TPP is a living document, both China and Russia can be admitted. In fact, they have both said they have already been approached to join later on. And actually, Obama today, February 4th, 2016, is signing the agreement. So we have 90 days left to hopefully convince Representative McMorris and our other representatives, Senator Cantwell and Murray, to vote against this. But these trade agreements have all been bad for America in terms of job loss and loss of autonomy. But this bill does not restrict itself to trade matters, but also addresses immigration and travel, surveillance and the internet, environment and energy, copyright law and health care. Who benefits? The unelected international mega corporations who are lobbying for this hideous document, which is 2,000 pages longer than Obamacare. This legislation is a terrible idea and does not serve the national interest, so we are asking Representative McMorris Rodgers to vote against this if she truly represents us. And I'm Rob Chase, Spokane County Treasurer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sort of representing the Spokane Democratic Party, and our point, number of points that Rob alluded to, I'd like to bring out as well. Remember that this does little to affect tariffs. Tariffs are not part of this document, and so there are 11 countries that they have huge tariffs on our goods, but we don't have any tariffs on their goods, and this wonderful document does not touch on that. Would there be more jobs for the United States? I reject that. The World Bank says that there will be just as many created outside the United States as there are inside the United States. The idea of it creating more jobs is really a neutral issue. And Rob mentioned about China. China's not part of this agreement whatsoever, and we have this huge, not yet at least, and so we have about a 4-to-1 export disadvantage with China in terms of international trade. It really amounts to almost $1 billion a day. There's nothing about environmental protection in the TPP. And obviously, if we're dealing with all kinds of businesses, we would want to expect it be possible for there to be some kind of control on environmental issues. Basically, the TPP simply expands corporate power and does not do anything to expand governmental power and the power of the people. We lose freedom for commerce, and there are health care concerns as well for food, and the standards of food for these various companies. There are 11 different nations with varying degrees of controls over the quality of food, and food will be part of the agreement. And of course, we know that they're doing this in the form of an agreement rather than as a form of a treaty, because they know they couldn't, no chance of getting it through as a treaty. Medicine becomes also part of this equation. This agreement has been really pushed by Big Pharma. The pharmaceutical industry has really pushed this, particularly in terms of controlling their ability to make costs almost prohibitive, as we know. So it's significant, I think, that the corporate media have really downplayed this. It's almost invisible in the corporate media because they know how bad it is. And I would say that people that look you right in the eye on camera and say this is good for the United States are lying.
It's good for Washington.
Thank you. I'll be sending you some material on that.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Well, now we're going to go down to Senator Murray's office, and
Okay.
maybe some Democrats can lead the way, I think.
All right, thanks, Rob.
Is it in
Okay,
the
thank you,
building?
Chuck.